Where did I leave off?
1942. Almost done, abuelito.
Hijo, you should go to bed.
No, quiero hacerte compañía.
Bueno, so 1942, my mother cruzó a los Estados Unidos, al norte, the United States of America. My mother carried me in her arms, and my sister and brother holding onto her skirt. I recall my mother saying multiple times,
Crucé por necesidad. Nadie quiere dejar su tierra natal, pero era un sacrificio necesario.
here is where life took a different route for my family, my parents and I.
Why, abuelito? Why?
Era cuando el mundo alrededor de nuestra familia cambió. We first landed in Los Angeles, Anaheim, where my uncle Agustin and my tia Juanita, my mom's older sister, lived.
What was so different?
Tall buildings surrounding us, reminding us of how little we were.
Abuelo, were you scared?
I was too young to notice, but I'm sure my mother was. Go to bed, hijo.
No, please keep reading to me. I'm just closing my eyes un poquito. I'm still listening.
Stubborn boy. I'm getting old, you know.
Yeah, I can see your kindness taking over.
Yes. And I keep thinking, I haven't written about my family story. I write all the time for work, for academia, community reflections. Pero la historia de mi familia aún me falta. I want our children to know why their antepasados came here, the struggles that it took to make a better life.
I love a good story.
I'm trying to leave you one.
Let's hear it.
Ándale pues. You know how old your abuelito was when he first came here?
10 like me?
I was 2 years old. Your bisabuela carried me in her arms the whole way.
Wow.
This is what I have so far. The year was 1942. My mother cruzó a los Estados Unidos, al norte, la tierra de oportunidades, con sus hijos a su lado y la bendición de su madre acompañándola. My mother carried me in her arms, and my sisters and brothers holding tight to her skirt. In our long journey, my mother's determination is what made us feel safe.
Must be inside to say goodbye.
It was. Luckily, we had familia waiting for us here. We stayed here in Los Angeles with my tia abuela Juanita. She took us in. We stayed there for a few weeks, and then we jumped on a bus to San Jose, California. San Jose in the 40s was campo abierto, open space, rich agriculture, rows upon rows of apricot trees. San Jose in the 40s was
Raro?
diferente. It was an agricultural town, and my parents moved to San Jose precisely for that, para Cristal. We were migrant farm workers, and they worked viviendo in army surplus tents. Dormíamos en el piso.
Whoa, that's so cool. ¿Y luego?
I was only 2 years old, and it was difficult to leave me with anyone. So mi mamá asked my tia Aurora and my tío Tomás to take care of me. They didn't have any children of their own. They agreed to take care of me as part of their extended familia.
What's that strange?
No, it was like having two mothers. They both wanted what was best for me. They both took care of me, and they needed me, and because they loved me dearly. My family moved with the seasons. Because of the crop, there was always a new place to call home. The life of a migrant child, never knowing where you would be living next, but knowing you would be moving. And in my case, I had my familia with me.
What's wrong, abuelito?
Memories. So many memories. Mi familia, always in motion, moving, packing and unpacking. Muchas memorias. It was the 50s, and we drove from Cupertino to San Jose, down Stevens Creek Boulevard. I remember I saw row upon row of árboles de frutas, and all the trees had their tree trunks painted white.
I've seen that before. It looks pretty.
I used to think that too. I later learned it was pesticides to keep the bugs from crawling up the trees and eating the fruit.
I didn't know that.
Not so pretty after all, ¿verdad? By the time I graduated from San Jose High School, I had moved, 16 times.
16 times? Whoa, that's crazy.
A little, huh? By the time all the moving was done, it made me stronger. We come from a rich culture, de raíces fuertes.
Yeah?
It was after graduating from San Jose State College that me and my 2 Anglo roommates took an old Plymouth and we drove it into Mexico. Oh, I hadn't been there since I was a boy. First stop, Mazatlan. It was beautiful. Beautiful scenery, beautiful girls. Oh, it was great. Banda took over the radio. I was transported to my past. We stayed there for a few weeks. Luego, I left on my own to el DF. Vas a ver, muchacho. I'm gonna take you there soon. El Museo Nacional de Antropología took me back 5,000 years. Teotihuacan's pyramids of the sun and the moon. As I stood there in the heart of Mexico, I realized there is another part of my identity that lives deep inside of me, that lives deep inside of you. At last, el Teatro de Bellas Artes. I saw a baile folclórico y escuché una canción de Amalia Mendoza. And it caused a lump in my throat. It was my childhood music. Ese viaje a México cambió mi vida para siempre. I realized every part of me deserves to live.
I'm still listening, abuelito. Just resting my eyes. When will you take me there?
Soon, hijo. Soon. In the inauguration speech of the Mexican Heritage Plaza, I said, we can be good citizens without compromising our ethnic identities, our civil, political, or social rights, which are part of our citizenship, as well as part of our human rights. You see, we have to know where we come from in order to know
Where you are going.
exactly, in order to know where you are going.
De un solo golpe, ¿pa' qué quieres